Dear friends, I am Father Mandra and I warmly welcome you to Bodhini, the Neural Chapel, also known as BNC, a sacred space where the timeless teachings of Jesus Christ flow seamlessly into the profound insights of neuroscience. In our previous lesson on the third movement, beat the chest, the meditation process taught by the tax collector, we explored how the noise of mob religion, where performance replaces presence, the tax collector's chest beating becomes a sacred strike, shattering pretense and breaking the inner mob. This act completes the journey from metacognition, stepping back, to metanosis, seeing clearly, to metanoia, deep transformation, restoring the altar of true spirituality to the awakened heart. Now, as we step further into this spiritual technology, we discover a second meaning, one that binds the metaphysical and the neurological into a single unified practice. As we have mentioned earlier, metanoia does not mean mere repentance, but that which changes, transforms the heart. This leads us to a profound question: how can the heart truly be changed? To understand this, we must pause on an unusual phrase: leave the accident. In philosophy, an accident is not a mishap on the road. It is anything about you that can change without changing who you are at your core. Your core is your essence, the you that God created, knit together in your mother's womb, stamped with His image, that never changes, but the accidents do. The tax collector knew the difference. He didn't stand there saying, I am worthless, or I am beyond hope. He was not contaminating his whole being through the action of beating the chest. He was asking God to strip away those accidents that had been covering his true self, his essence. It is as if you have a priceless jewel covered in dirt. We don't throw away the jewel or smash it to pieces. We clean it, removing the dirt so the jewel can shine again. That is exactly what the tax collector was doing. By beating his chest, he was symbolically saying, I reject what has been clinging to me. I want my heart to be pure again. This is metanoia. And that is the lesson for us. There are things in our lives that need to change. Habits that hold us back, attitudes that harden us, and ways of thinking that block God's voice. We are called to beat those accidents, confront them honestly, and let God remove them. But we must never confuse that process with attacking the core of who we are. Your mistakes are not your identity. Your failures are not your destiny. Beating the chest is not self-destruction. It is self-restoration. Let the accidents go. And if they will not go willingly, then for the sake of the essence, beat them. Meaning, leave them behind. Only then are you in alignment. Ask yourself, is your religion your essence? Is your profession your essence? Is your culture your essence? Is your nationality your essence? Are they not all accidents? Even your passing moods, emotional heights and lows, or public reputation, all are accidents. We are not against them. We need them, for they are part of life, but they are not life's true foundation. Yet, how often do we pour our energy into managing these accidents, protecting, defending, polishing, and displaying them, while the deep reality of our being lies hidden beneath? This is why the tax collector's action is revolutionary. In beating the chest, he was not simply showing remorse. He was rejecting the tyranny of the accidents and reaching directly for the essence. Here, neuroscience affirms the inside. The default mode network DMN in our brain loves to obsess over our personal narrative, compare us to others, and protect our image, all accident-driven activity. But when attention shifts from those surface patterns toward the still center of our being, the brain begins to move into neural alignment, coherence, harmony, and peace. If the accident is what can change, the essence is what cannot. It is your whatness, the properties and qualities that make you uniquely yourself, not what you possess, not what you feel at this moment, but what you are in the eternal intention of God. Theologically, your essence is the image and likeness of God, the spark of divine consciousness, unbreakable, unchangeable, pure. True metanoia is when our homeostasis, the bodies and brains built in balancing act, is aligned with our essence. Thus, when the tax collector beat his chest, in this contemplative sense, he was making an inner proclamation. I am not my accidents. I return to my essence. It is like closing dozens of open tabs on your mental computer and returning to the one page that truly matters, the central operating system that powers everything else. In brain terms, this is the moment when attention drops from the outer cortical chatter into the midline structures, the anterior cingulate cortex, the insula, and the parasympathetic centers in the brain stem, reuniting thought, feeling, and bodily calm into one unified state. Dear friends, then, does beating the chest bring about neural alignment? The process follows a beautiful sequence. By beating the chest, I declare, I return to essence. Focusing on the essence allows us to release the accidents, let go of mental energy bound up in past regrets or future anxieties. This downregulates the amygdala, calming the stress response. Over time, this practice rewires the nervous system toward a default calm instead of a default restlessness. The accidents no longer rule you. You live from the essence. Thus, when the tax collector stood far off, unwilling to lift his eyes, and struck his chest repeatedly. He entered full neural and spiritual alignment. The world may have seen him as a sinner, but Jesus saw a man standing in essence. So, dear friends, beating the chest is far more than an outward gesture. It is an inner migration from accident to essence, from the scattered surface to the still center, from the noise of unaligned thoughts to the harmony of neural coherence. Each time you practice it, you send a message both to your soul and to your nervous system. I am not my circumstances. I am not my accidents. I am the essence God made me to be. And in that single moment, both heaven and your neurons agree. You are at peace. In our next lesson, we will explore beating the chest as neurosomatic power, how the gentle rhythm of striking the chest combined with intentional breathing soothes the parasympathetic nervous system, ushering the body into deep rest and peace. Thank you.